844 million people in the world lack access to safe water. 144 million people depend on surface water to meet their basic daily needs. Let's talk specifically about India. India's current population is 1.3 billion. Out of that, 42% people, which is 541 million of them, lack access to improved sanitation, and 344 million people practice open defecation every day. It is estimated that by 2025, 50% of world population will live in water stress areas. Let's dig a little deeper. The water in Punjab, known as the breadbasket of India, is being depleted. 9 states and other union territories are having extremely high water stress. Haryana is among the worst hit. India's 6th largest city, Chennai, ran out of water in June 2019. This crisis was among the world's many urban water crises in recent years. India is among the 17 countries which are a home to a quarter of world's population facing extremely high water stress close to day zero conditions, where the taps run dry. Many parts of the country have already faced the damaging drought in 2019. More than 500 million people living in at least 10 states were affected. According to the CWMI report, 21 major cities including Delhi and Bangalore are reaching zero groundwater levels by the end of this year, affecting access for 100 million people. In fact, 12% of India's population is already living in the day zero scenario. But why is all this happening? The human natural tendency is to blame the situation on climate change. And that's true, of course, because the last monsoon rains were very weak. While that's definitely true and played a role, yet Chennai's disaster is largely a man-made disaster, one that more Indian metropolitan cities are going to suffer no matter the climate. Did you know that India receives enough rain every year to meet the needs of over 1 billion people? According to the country's Central Water Commission, annually India requires 3,000 billion cubic meters of water and receives 4,000 billion cubic meters of rain, yet it falls under the extremely high water stress zone in the world. To top this are issues of leakage losses. Lack of maintenance of existing infrastructure causes further losses of almost 40% of piped water in urban areas. Another issue is excessive groundwater pumping, the misuse of existing water bodies. Another point is the treatment and reuse of wastewater. About 80% of the water that reaches our house leaves as waste and pollutes our water bodies and environment. Also, over time, the rains on which India depends have become erratic. They fall in a more untimely, unpredictable pattern, and India can no longer afford to waste its resources. According to World Economic Forum, water crisis is the 4th global risk. The CWMI report also states that by 2030, the country's water demand is projected to be twice the available supply, implying severe water scarcity for millions of people. Right now, the major problem is that the water being supplied currently is of drinking water standards. Let me explain it a little bit more. WHO states that an individual requires about 25 liters of water daily for meeting the basic hygiene and food needs. The rest is for non-potable purposes like mopping and cleaning. This shows that for the non-potable uses, a quality lower than drinking water is required. So water must be treated and supplied accordingly. The World Bank estimates that 21% of communicable diseases in India are linked to unsafe water and lack of hygiene practices. More than 500 children under the age of 5 die each day from diarrhea in India alone. The water crisis is just not about water. It's also about health, children's education, our economy, and women's empowerment. Here's how. When families don't have access to water at home, children are often responsible for collecting it for the whole family. This takes the time away from school. Likewise, poor sanitation keeps kids, especially girls, from being able to go to school. Women and girls spend 200 million hours every day collecting water. They walk for around 6 kilometers for 40 pounds of water. When women have access to safe water at home, they can pursue more beyond just water collection. Well, everything we saw here is ultimately going to affect us directly one day, which is very, very soon. For starters, every summer is hotter and less bearable. When irrigation wells go dry, farmers turn to untreated wastewater that is full with industrial chemicals and human sewage. And the farmers do not consume their own crops. Eventually, in the coming years, we are going to lack access to clean fresh water. Without access to clean fresh water, we are exposed to deadly waterborne illnesses. 54% of India's groundwater wells are declining, which means that water is used faster than it's replenished. The Union government recently formed a new Jal Shakti ministry, which aims at tackling water issues. The ministry has announced a plan to provide piped water. Other initiatives include renovation of traditional water bodies and tanks, reuse of water in recharge structures, watershed development and afforestation. India gets a decent amount of fresh water supply from rains and rivers. This means that the situation can be managed by tapping, conserving, cleaning and channelizing the available water through a proper infrastructure. We have a huge part to play. By keeping in check our own consumption and actions, we can contribute. It is time to start using our traditional practice of rainwater harvesting. Presently, India captures only 8% of its annual rainfall, which is among the lowest in the world. The issue is, everyone is thinking that one person can't change anything, that there's no point making an effort if only I am doing it. You get my point? Everyone is thinking the same. So why not contribute our bit, taking one step at a time? Let's look at some areas where we can save water on daily basis. We all love taking showers. What we can do is at least reduce our showering habits to 1 to 2 days in the week, and other days we can take a bucket bath. This can save 2.5 gallons of water that goes down the drain per minute spent under the shower. Also, keep in mind to reduce showering time and don't keep the shower running while scrubbing. Washing utensils is one of the very easy ways to unconsciously waste water. To make it easy, using warm water is the way to go. Open the tap on a medium level instead of full flow. You can explain the same to your house help too, so she can also practice the same. Did you know that a fully automatic front load machine takes 60 liters per wash? A top load 140 liters per wash, and a semi-automatic takes 120 liters per wash. And a lot of us use the washing machine every day for whatever clothes we feel are dirty. Here's how we can save water. Avoid using the machine with less clothes and every day. Decide a day or two for laundry in the week and run full loads. Doing laundry is a normal part of life, but wasting water doesn't have to be. This is the most common one and everyone is talking about it, especially at this time of pandemic. The importance of washing hands has come to light. Washing hands doesn't mean keeping the tap on the whole time. Turn off the tap while scrubbing hands. Same goes while brushing and washing your face. This one goes unnoticed. We can easily save water by washing fruits and veggies in a pot of water instead of letting the water run while cleaning them. My father has this really cool and innovative idea of reusing the wastewater from RO water purifier that just drains out in the sink, causing critical water wastage every day by filling it in a bucket and using it to water plants. An average RO water purifier wastes approximately 3 liters of water for every 1 liter of purified water. That means only 25% of water is purified and 75% of water comes out as waste. Most of us have ROs at home. The water can also be used for cleaning purposes. So rethink of the ways you can use that RO wastewater next time you see it going down the drain. And the last one is very obvious that most of us don't realize is to be patient and avoid overflowing of water. That's just plain negligence. Wondering how minimalism is related to any of this? Well, taking these small steps and minimizing our water usage can help us re-earth with minimalism. Minimalism is just not about living with less to find more joy or decluttering all the time. It's about coexisting with nature and giving our planet some space to breathe. These intentional small steps can make a huge difference and can bring you closer to realizing the importance of minimalism in today's world. Being intentional with our actions can not only benefit us, but the planet too. And I believe that minimalism is the need of the hour, not only for ourselves, but more so for our planet to re-earth. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit that bell icon next to it so YouTube will notify you whenever my next video comes up. And I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.